How's it going, guys? My name is Damien. Welcome back. Bringing you my review for episode 5 of The Vampire Diaries. Probably the best episode of the season and last season, and even the season before that. I really liked the episode. It was really great overall, and that is high praise coming from me because I am very critical of this show. So if you haven't seen it yet, you may want to click off the video. You can feel free to come back later if you want to hear my thoughts and opinions. But I'll get right into it and just kind of talk about some things that I really liked. So the main highlight of this episode was obviously, well, there was two things that really kind of stood out: Damon and Bonnie. I mean, those are the two characters you can kind of look at, and Stefan, I guess, would kind of be thrown in there in the mix as the third option. Everyone on this show, they've been through a lot of things, so everyone continues to deal in their own ways and whatnot, but the core storylines this season, because there hasn't really been much of a storyline per se. There hasn't really been a villain or anything like that. I guess that fell guy that's now showing up is going to be looked at as kind of a villain, but he's really not that big. He's not on the scope that Klaus or any of these other guys have been in the past seasons. So with that being said, looking at what Stefan's dealing with the loss of Damon and all of that, and just really just feeling incomplete and all of that it was great. So that was the highlight overall, his character, because he's been unbearable probably to a lot of people the last few episodes, and that is natural. So he really just, I mean, I really don't blame him. I would want to do the exact same thing probably, although like I've said multiple times, I would have left Mystic Falls a long time ago. But he tried to start over, it didn't really work out, so here he is again. Needless to say, he's probably gonna be back to his old self now. So before we get to that, must touch on Bonnie, because Bonnie's character, it's like I said this before about Stefan being so selfless. In the past seasons, it never really makes sense. Like, an actual person being that selfless is probably unrealistic, impossible, it could never happen type of thing. But Bonnie sacrificing herself to save Damon, well, prioritizing his life, making sure that he got out and was able to get back. Again, another selfless act by Bonnie. I mean, she's done quite a few of them throughout the entire show's runtime, or the entire show's history. So it's, yeah, not really surprising when she did it, but it does leave the question: what happens now? I don't know if is there going to be, like, obviously she's going to be able to get out, I imagine, because she's been one of the core characters of the show. I always said that she should have had more screen time, because in the prior season she really didn't get like enough. She was there, but it never felt that she was. I never got that feeling that she was a rock. She didn't really feel too important. And as the seasons went on, she kind of evolved and got more and more screen time, and then her character slowly became very, very important. And now she built this bond with Damon that I think they really can only show a fraction of what their relationship would realistically be. Let's say two people who didn't really get along or didn't talk very much were isolated like that in a place and talked and spent time together for months. This is why I see a lot of people want Bonnie and Damon together this season. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen, but I can see why, because these scenes, they feel very relationshipy. They have that closeness that is surprising when it comes to Bonnie and Damon, because they never really talk very often throughout the entire show. I mean, they have very few conversations, but they're never on a personal level. And that is what Bonnie and Damon have actually achieved this season, is being able to talk to each other on a personal level, because that experience that they went through will definitely stay with them forever. So let's say we were to equate this to two characters in real life. These two people now would be very, very close. They would stay in touch and talk to each other, share things that they normally wouldn't even consider in the past. So I like that. I like that dynamic between the two of them. And would it be nice if they had a relationship? Sure. I think I was never sold on the whole Bonnie and Jeremy thing. So it would have been nice to see Bonnie and Damon together, but yeah, it's not going to happen. That's fine. Damon and Elena will be the end game for the show, is what they're building up to. So that's fine. Nothing you can do about that. But aside from that, that was the main highlight for me. It was the Bonnie and Damon scenes that we've had over the last few weeks. But Bonnie's sacrifice, prioritizing Damon's life, getting him back to everyone else is definitely up there as a very important highlight. So outside of that, the episode had what I always like to class as a lot of filler. It's amazing to me how, with the amount of deaths that has occurred in Mystic Falls, how they continue to have all these little gatherings and events, and it's borderline hilarious at this point, where it's so fictional. Anyway, but that is what the show is, right? But they always have these little events that everyone's always going to, and I'm amazed that there's even people that go to these things, because the amount of people that have died, if we were to go back through the episodes and count all of them, there really wouldn't be many people left in that town, because people would have moved, and that'd be it. We'd have a very depleted town. So they always do these things in these episodes. They throw in a little bit of filler stuff just to kind of facilitate what the other characters are doing. And this week was that little corn maze, whatever. Whatever it was. But somehow, what they were doing this week, they sold it. It felt like I was actually interested, which is more than I could say for the last 2 weeks, because I wasn't really too interested in the last 2 weeks. I didn't enjoy those episodes. I don't even remember what they were about, honestly, other than the Bonnie and Damon stuff. So, outside of that, the biggest highlight, the one that everybody's probably, talking about, and their main, I guess, or the core selling point of the episode, was the end, with Damon and Stefan reuniting. And I thought it was great that they had Damon show up and see Stefan first and not Elena. That was great, because they really need to spend more time on the Damon and Stefan relationship. They have a bond that goes way back. So to see them explore more of that would be great. They should have more episodes where they work together and they have each other's back and kind of do that kind of stuff. That would be great if they did that, because I can't really see what you have to look at a bigger picture every time you look at these shows. And this season, what exactly is their bigger picture? Because their selling points to keep people watching are their relationships. That's their number one selling point on the show, period. It's never been about story, because their target demographic is generally a lot younger. So selling a relationship or a love interest, something like that, is their main goal. But I can't see what, like last season, they were criticized. Like, a lot of the episode reviews were really, really poor, because the travelers and all of that just was not very good. It wasn't very good writing. So I don't know what they're gonna have this season, because right now it's that Trip Fell guy, or whatever his name is. He is the main. I guess you have to look at him as the core villain. But I don't know what's gonna happen after that. So we'll see how it goes, of course. But overall, I really liked the episode. I even enjoyed the scenes with Alaric and that doctor. So that was welcome. And let me know what you guys think about Elena and that Liam guy. I left a comment on my other channel saying that he was gonna die, and I can't see him living for that long, or he finds out that there's vampires everywhere and he just leaves, or someone compels him to leave, or whatever the deal is. But yeah, I can't see him staying around for too long. But he's stable. He's a normal dude. He doesn't kill people. He's probably what Elena needs right now. I don't know. So, do let me know what you guys think about it. Thank you for watching, and leave a like on the video. Support the channel. It means a lot if you do. Subscribe if you're new, and I will have another review out for the Vampire Diaries next week. So my name is Damien. Check out my other 2 videos at the end, and I'll see you guys next week on another video.